YouTube, my name is Evans and welcome to this video. In this video, I'll be looking at the IGCSE ICT May-June 2018 Paper 3-1. We will be doing a section on web authoring, and then in the consequent videos, we'll look at data analysis. Okay, so let's get started with the work for today. So task 1 evidence document, open the file J1831 evidence.rtf. Okay. So we've opened the file. Make sure your name, center number, and candidate number will appear on every page of your evidence document by placing these details in the header. So let's go ahead and add our details in the header. Okay, so that is Chikasa Evans, ZM556, and our candidate number 0001. Okay. So save this as a word process document in your work area with the file name. Okay, J1831 evidence followed by your candidate number. So for example, this one here. So hit F12 on your keyboard to save as, and that should do it. Just add your candidate details. Okay. Next, you need to place screenshots and answers to questions in this evidence document. Okay, so task 2, web page. You work for Hothouse Design and will develop web pages for a small construction company called Bobby's Bricks. Okay, so efficient markup and style sheet must be used. No color codes must be in hexadecimal. Okay, so create a new folder called bb_htm. So we create a new folder called bb_htm. Just verify if it is HTML or HTML. So it's HTML. Okay. Locate the following files and store them in your bb_htm folder. And these are the files we're supposed to look out for. So bb style, bb logo, text1, text2, bb map, and bb contact, and blocks, brickwork, and paving. Okay, so you can just do that if you want, and then you can start to look up for these files. Okay, so blocks, then brickwork, and then the last one should be paving. Okay, just verify that you have got 9 items. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 items. Okay. Right. Next question. Create a web page called bb.htm. This web page must work in all browsers and will have a table structure as shown. Okay. So this is the table structure. We have got 4 rows and we have got 3 columns at most. And then we can do some merging later on. Okay. So let's go ahead and do just that. So we have I'm going to use web expression for this one. I had a comment by one of the subscribers actually recently who said that they would love me to use web expression for HTML section for this paper. Okay, so I'll do web expression. The concept is the same if you're using front page and you're using Dreamweaver. The concept is the same, really. Okay. All right. So we'll create a new web page. You can say new page and then select HTML and say OK. At this stage, you can name your HTML file. Okay, you can name it. Save and then browse to the location where your file is. Okay, so in here, so you browse to the location where your work area is, HTML, and say OK. Okay, so the next thing that you need to do is to go back here and create a table structure as this. So it's a 4-row by 3 columns. Okay, so you go to table, insert table, you're inserting 4 rows by 3 columns. So the other thing that you need to specify on the as you insert the table is to specify the width of the table. So notice the width of the table is specified by picking up a cell with the highest width of the highest value for the width. In this case, the highest value for the width is 1200, and this is what we'll pick. For the height, you don't total the height values like 300 plus 250 plus 150 plus 300 and then you put the height value. No, you don't do that. The height, they are cumulative, so we'll pick up the values of the individual cells and add them. But for the width, you will need to pick up the cell with the largest value for the width. Okay, so you come here and specify it in pixels. Make sure it's not in percentage but pixels, and specify 1200. Okay, if there's anything else that you need here, you can check out. So each cell is identified with a letter and all dimensions are in pixels. The letters and dimensions shown in the table must not appear on your final web page, and the external border must have a width of 4 pixels. So this is the external border. Okay, and then internal grid lines must have a width of 2 pixels. Okay, and table borders and grid lines must be visible. So this is very important as well, and this is worth about 15 marks. Okay, so you cannot afford to miss out this one. Okay, so we go to our web expression. So borders must be visible, so we'll put borders equal to 1. Okay, and the rest of the stuff we'll leave it as default and we'll say okay. So this is our table. Now we'll need to merge the cells. We need to merge D and E. So D is this one, so we need to modify and merge cells, and E, modify and merge cells as well. And then for the last one, we need just to merge any 2 of the cells. Okay, so it's important we just merge any 2 of the cells. So we'll choose the first 2 and merge them, and then we can put the dimensions of the cells. So if you notice, the first ones have the same dimensions. So what you do, you can highlight all of them at the same time and give them the same dimension to save time. Okay, so go to cell properties and then specify the width and specify the height in pixel. So it's supposed to be 400 the width, and then the height is supposed to be 300. Apply. Then go ahead and specify for the next one. It's supposed to be D is supposed to be 1200 by 250, but remember you already set so you already set this one. You can put it if you want, but you already set it as 1200, so it won't make any difference. Okay, and the next one is supposed to be 1200 by 150. And then the last one is 600 by 300. 600 by 300. Both of them must be 600 by 300. So just get them, all of them at the same time, and specify the width is 600 and specify the height as 300. Okay, so just verify. Okay, so this is 600 by 300. That's fine. And then this one is also 600 by 300. That's fine. One of the students actually in class, when they were working through this paper, asked me a question to say, Pastor, why is it that the cells appear to have different sizes? This one appears to have a width larger than in terms of value than this other one. Okay, so what's important first of all is that your cell dimensions are correct. If your cell dimensions are correct, and you can verify these from your code, just highlight these and you notice the cell dimension, the width is 600 pixels by height 300 pixels, and the width as well for this one is 600 by 300 pixels. So that is what is important. Okay, not the appearance of the diagram, okay, but that you have got the accurate dimensions. Okay, so I'll go back to design view. So the next thing that we would need to do, now remember we were told that external border and the internal border, they must have some 4 pixels wide, as this one also should have 2 pixels in terms of the width. We can do this if we want. We can do this in the style sheet. Okay, let me see if we have anything to do with the style sheet there. Yeah, but we can do this in the style sheet. Okay guys, I'll be back shortly. Let me just pick up a knock at the door. All right, so we can now continue. Where was I? Okay, we were here. So I was saying that we can come and do this in the style sheet, so that's fine. So that is the table structure. So now we've given it the dimensions. Now we need to start placing the items within the table structure. So place in cell A the image brickwork.jpg. So in cell A, now you need to know which one is cell A. Cell A is the first one here. So we need to place there brickwork. So right here, insert, and then if you had defined a site for this one, it would have been easy for you to just drag and drop the images there. I usually prefer defining a site for the web page that you are creating, and then just drag and drop your items in there. But for now, we'll go the conventional way. We just go to insert picture, and then from file, and then we'll browse to the location where the files are. So they're in here, and the picture in question is brickwork. Okay, just verify that it's brickwork. Okay, so it's brickwork, and then it's this one, and insert. So the beauty with web expression is that it reminds you to set alternative texts for the images. It's always good practice to set alternative texts in the paper. Sometimes they ask you to set this, sometimes they don't ask you, but it's always good practice to set this. Okay, so this is image of brickwork maybe. Okay, all right. Next, place in cell B the text, click on an image for further details. Okay, so in cell B is this one, and then we can place a text, click on an image for further details. So say click on an image for further details. Okay, and next, set this as style h2. So set it as style h2. Where am I? Okay, select it. For some reason they're disabled here. Okay, so maybe what we can do, we can try to enable some tools. Go to toolbar and go to standard, enable it, and go to toolbar again and enable the formatting. Yeah, so now we can format this one. So come here now and select heading 2, and that should work out. Okay, so next thing that we are supposed to do is to go back to the question paper, and we are supposed to place in cell C the image of paving. Okay, in cell C, so we need to find out which one is cell C. Cell C is this one, and we'll place in there image of paving. So go insert picture, and then paving is this one, and insert it right there. So this is image of paving. Okay, right. Okay, so next, resize this image in the markup. Okay, so that's not, you're not going to use the picture properties. So resize the image in the markup so that it is 494 pixels wide and maintains aspect ratio. So here, if you want, you can go to the picture. Here, just click on it. Notice that it is 788 pixels there. So you can, it's possible to format it here, but sometimes if the aspect ratio is not locked, then the picture will adjust. So if you come, this is 400 pixels wide. If you come here and put this is rather 394 pixels wide, so put 394, and notice that when you put 394 and click on the picture, it doesn't change the height. So this one distorts the image. Okay, so you need to be very careful here. The question says that you need to maintain aspect ratio. So what you need to do actually is to go, so let's just undo this one, go on the picture property and then go to appearance and change it here. Whilst aspect ratio is locked, change it to 394. Okay, and that should be like that. And now if you go to the code, you'll notice that in the markup, the code has been changed to height 296 and width 394. Okay. So then go in step 5 says, place in cell D the image blogo.jpg. Okay. So we find, just go to design, and then cell D is this one, and then we place the logo. So in here, we go to insert picture, and then place the logo. Okay, and then so the logo will be here, image of logo. Okay, like that. Next, okay, place in cell D, we've done this one. This is the logo of the company which appears on the vehicle, letterheads, etc. Make this image a hyperlink to open the web page bbcontact.htm in a new browser window called _new. Okay, so it's bbcontact.htm. So the image will make it a hyperlink, and it should open a particular image, which is bbcontact. So we'll browse to the files that we have. Now I'm looking for the image, browse in here, and should be bbcontact, and then the target frame should be new, then _new. Okay, like that. So target frame will be _new. Okay, say okay. Next, place in cell E the text from the file bbtext1.txt. So cell E is the next cell just below D. So here we'll place there from the text file some information. Okay, so let's go here. So the text file is ttx1. Copy this and paste it in here. Okay, then format this as h1. So go here and format it as h1. Then next, place in cell F the text from the file bbtext2. Okay, so cell F is this one here. Okay, and we'll go here and get the information from text file 2, copy it and paste it in here. Okay, then we're told to, after we place it in there, add your name, center number, and card number to the end of this text. Okay, Chikasa Evans ZM 5560001. Okay, then set the text. We'll undertake building projects in our regions of the world as H2. So this one, set it as H2, and then this one, set the text web page design creation by Hothouse Design, web page last edited by as style H3. So this one, set it as H3. Okay, we'll do that. Next, make the text, only the text, Hothouse Design, a hyperlink to a web page. This one, www.hothousedesign.co.uk. So which should be set to open in the same browser window. Okay, so this one should open in the same browser window. So where we, okay, Hothouse Design. So Hothouse Design, where you, this one, set it as a hyperlink and should go to http www, and then the rest of the part is hothouse-design.co.uk. Hothouse is one word, design.co.uk. So just verify that you have got the correct web link. Okay, hothouse-design.co.uk, and this should be set to open in the same window. So say same frame, okay, and say okay. And then next, place in cell G the image of the map provided. So image of the map in cell G, which is this one here. Go here, and then image of the map will be this one, like that. This is image of the map. Okay, so that should be it. Let's check the properties for this one. Rather not hyperlink, but property for this one. Cell properties, this one, then cell property for this one. Okay, so for some reason the text here has been it shrunk. Okay, but that's fine. That shouldn't be an issue. As long as the cell properties here show that it's 400 by 300. Okay, so it's the image actually here that caused the picture to shrink. Okay, so the image is 296, the width is 394. That should be fine. The cell itself is 400 by 300. That should be fine too. Okay, so now we can go ahead and so we are here. Make sure that appropriate text is displayed if an image is not available. We just did that at every time when we were supposed to import the image. We were doing that. Center align the table in the browser. Okay, so you can come here, go to the table properties, and make sure that the alignment for the table is center. Okay, then we will go to attach the style sheet, this one, to your web page and to bbcontact.htm. Okay, and save the web pages in that folder. So we'll come here So the style sheet is BB style. So we'll go to format, attach style sheet, and browse. And this is the style sheet we are looking for. Okay, and attach it there and say import it as a link. And that's fine. And then we go to the other one as well. We'll go to open the other page. So file, open, and then we'll open the other page, which is the contact page, which is this one. And then we'll also attach the style sheet to this one. Browse and attach the same style sheet. Okay. All right. So next, we're here now. Okay, so the style sheet has been started but needs to be improved using the most efficient syntax. So make sure that your style sheet does not contain any HTML. So open the style sheet bbstyle.css in a suitable software package and examine its content. So we'll open the style sheet, open. So the style sheet is this one, and this is the style sheet here. So we have the background color and it has been set, and then H1, the font family is Arial, that has been set. So here we'll need to edit the style sheet so that it has the following specification. So styles H1, H2, and H3, they should display the font Zap. I don't know if it's Chancery or what. If this is not available, then they should display Blackadder ITC. If neither of these fonts are available, then they should display the default serif font. So here, this is actually very easy for you to do. You just need to edit this one, add H2, add H3, and then for the font family rather, you need to have first one is Zap Chancery. Okay, so we'll put in quotes. Just put this one in quotes, Zap, and we'll say Chancery, like that. If it's not available, then we should pick up Blackadder ITC. Now notice that it's supposed to be in quotes. Okay, it's supposed to be in quote. Why? Because it is not a single word, it is made up of two words. Or if you have a font family name that is made up of two or more words, then you're going to use quotes. If you don't use quotes, only the first word will be read, and that will become an error. Okay, so this is Blackadder ITC, not ICT. ITC. Okay, sometimes when you do a lot of ICT, you end up typing, even ITC, you type ICT. Okay, so the last one is supposed to be the default serif font. So if nothing is there, so you just say serif. Okay. Okay, serif from here, serif. Okay, so this is for the style sheet. The next one we'll do is so style H1, H2, H3 must be center aligned. Okay, the text must be center aligned. So we'll, at the end of this, we can specify the alignment. So we can say text align equal to center. Now, may I say that this is just one of the ways that you can work with your style sheet. Okay, the other way that you can work with it is to use your graphical representation. I'll show you just in a moment. You can use your graphical representation. So H1 must be red with no green or blue elements. So the next style that we can add is go to format, new style, and then here we're going to, our style will be H1, and then the font family, we've already set that, so we need just to set the color now, and the color will be, we can set the color right from here, hashtag, and then we're told that it is blue. It must be red with no green or blue elements. So it's RGB, so red FF, no green, no blue. Okay, that's pure red. Okay, apply it and you will see that it is going to be applied there. So this is another way that you can insert your color. Alternatively, you can say, for example, for H2, you can type the color. You can say color, and then you type hashtag, and then you pick up the color that you want. If you want, you can pick up the color there, or you can type the value of that color right there. Okay, so I prefer just typing it from here. Okay, so we'll pick up for H2, it must be blue with no green or red element. So this is blue, so 00 for red, 00 for green, and then blue is FF. Okay, so this one is done. Then for H3, if you want, it's up to you. I'm showing you different ways that you can deal with this. For red, if you're using the for H3, if you're using the graphical, the color, you type it out here. It must be blue with no green or red. So notice that this one and this one have the same color configuration. So efficient markup is where you don't repeat this one. Okay, you don't repeat this one. You actually put after H2, you put your H3, comma H3. Okay, and you can do that. Okay, so this is very important, guys. And then somebody was saying, why do we have this in line 5? Well, it doesn't matter whether we have it in line 5 or we have it as one line like this one. It doesn't matter as long as the writing is correct. Okay, so we'll leave it at that. So then all borders and grid lines must be red with no green or blue or elements. Okay, so this one, borders, grid lines must be red, okay, which is this one, with no green, no blue. So which means for H1 color here, we can put the borders. Okay, so we can say we can put H1 separate as it is, or we can put let's see, if we put TD and we put table tag, that means that well, this is the text color, so it will change the thing. So this one, we'll put it separately. We'll put it here, we'll say table and then comma TD, and then we want the borders here. Okay, so we'll say border. There should be something to do with border color. Border, border, let's see, border color, which is this one here, border color, and then you can have hashtag. So we're told that it's supposed to be red, no green, no blue. Okay, and close it like that. So that is this one. Also, we're told that the table should have external borders which are 4 pixels wide, and then internal borders which are 2 pixels wide. So again, start table, and then here we're going to say border. Let's say border size. Is there something like border size? Or border width? Yeah, border width, and then have 4 pixel. And then this is for the external, and then for the internal, which is the TD, have border as border width as 2 pixels. Okay, so this one, remember, we were told when we are creating the table. So alternatively, what you can do if you want to insert the table border width, you can go to format style and then create the style, and then you can start to work around the border here, the width and stuff like that, border width here and stuff. Okay, so for example, let's say this was table. If this was table, then we'll put border width here, we'll put 4 pixel or something. Okay, we can say 4 pixel like that. And then we do that for also for, we say apply, and we do that for the other one. Okay, so there are many ways that, guys, that you can do work around this, but the beauty with expressions that everything that you need is brought in one place. Okay, so this style is done. We'll save it, and then we'll go to our web page, which is this one here, and notice that the style has been applied and it looks different. Okay. Okay, so that is that. Oops, what am I doing? Oops, what am I doing again? Click on an image. Click on an image. I accidentally touched on the keyboard. Okay, so that is that. Now next we're going to preview the web page in the browser, and we'll do some resizing if necessary so that the page can be seen and text is easily read, and then the address bar is visible. And we'll take a single screenshot of the browser window and place this in a web-based document. Now this is very important that you don't take multiple screenshots in case your web page doesn't fit on a browser like this one. You don't scroll up, take a screenshot, and scroll down and take another screenshot. Don't do that. Rather zoom out so that your web page is visible, however small, as long as it is visible. Okay, so we'll go here and preview this in the browser. We'll use Firefox, and then notice that the web page is not visible in the browser, and notice also that my table border width and the grid lines are not visible. So this needs to be addressed. Okay, so come here. So the table width or the border width here, I'll come to the style sheet, and I'll say for the table, I'll say border style here, border style, border style, and then I'll have a solid line. Okay, and do that. Okay, my attempt is to make sure that the border is okay, so that is that. Okay, so the border is visible, the grid lines are visible. Let's view that in the browser. Let's use this. Okay, so the borders are visible, but let's just verify the color of the internal grid line. I don't know if it's supposed to be red or what. Now guys, I've not worked through this paper and I've not seen the mark scheme. I'm working on it for the first time because I didn't have rather time to do that. I've got painting classes that are coming up in an hour's time or so. So I cannot afford to work through, otherwise we will not think. So we go back to the question paper, and we're told that the border and the grid lines must be red. Okay, so that's fine, with no green, no blue elements, and must match the requirements of question 1. So the requirements of question 1 is this one here. There must be 4 pixels wide, the external border, and then the internal border must be must have a 2 pixels pixel width. Okay, so if we go to the style sheet, the external border, which is table, is 4 pixels, and the internal border, which is a TD, is 2 pixels. So that should be fine. Okay, so at this stage, maybe I don't know if I've finished, but maybe you can check through the mark scheme and see the style sheet for this one. Maybe I can do just that. Okay, so we can go here, open a new window. Let's see, where is the mark scheme for this? This one here, this one there. Browse, and the mark scheme should be this one. Okay, so at this stage we can check what we have from the mark scheme. Okay, so that should be fine. The borders are red. I'm interested in the style sheet. Okay, so that's the style sheet. So H1 the color is that, H2 and H3 the color is that. That's good. Then the body background, we leave it as it is. This is fine. Table and TD, the border color is this one. And then the border collapse. Okay, so let's just verify if the borders should be collapsed. External border must be, external grid line must have with or borders and grid lines must be visible. I don't see at any point where they mention that the borders must be collapsed. Yeah. So if they didn't mention that, I don't think that should even be a mark that Cambridge should put up there. So you notice that border collapse is not part of the mark scheme. Okay, even though it's been mentioned, the examiner just put this one. Okay, so what they're just looking out for is that you've set your border width to 4 pixels and your internal grid line to 2 pixels as well. Okay, so that is that. The rest of the stuff, I don't know what that is. So if we go back here, I think the table is fine. We have done the style sheet very well. Okay. The next other thing is to take the copy of the HTML source and place it in your evidence document, which is very simple actually to do. Just go to your HTML page, go to code, then select and copy this code and paste it in your evidence document. Then next, so just copy this. By the way, the browser needs to be zoom out. Okay, like that. And then get a screenshot of this window. This is your evidence that you have put your paste it in your evidence document. So this is, I don't know if this is evidence 1 or evidence whatever. This is evidence number what? This is evidence 1. Okay, place it in your evidence document, and then evidence number 2 is your source code. Copy it as well and place it in your evidence document. Then evidence 3 is take a copy of the style sheet. So the style sheet is this one. Copy it and also paste it on evidence 3. Yeah, so you can modify this. Alternatively, you can get a screenshot. Since the style sheet is just a small portion, you can get a copy of it like this. Copy it so that it's not scattered the way it's scattered here. Okay, so we can delete this and delete this and paste our style sheet like that. Just enlarge it a little bit so that it's kind of visible. So crop it to that end and enlarge it like that. Okay, so that should be fine. Yeah, then evaluating your own words, the choice of fonts used for this web page. And this is just simple, guys. You can just read through the mark scheme. Now, guys, I would love to go now because I need to prepare for my class starting up in an hour's time or so. If I do have the time, I will put up the video for data analysis section. Okay, so thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.